I am making my own zucchini carrot muffin recipe. I have no idea if it's going to come out, and I figured I would make it, see how it comes out, and show you even if it doesn't come out. I want to share with you that you don't have to be a cook or a baker to enjoy being in the kitchen. Now, I could have got out my food processor to do this, but I decided to enjoy the quiet. So right now I'm just grating up some carrot. I already did some zucchini. I just have to try to get some of the moisture out of that. But like I said, I am creating my own recipe, and how I do that sometimes is I look at several recipes, combine them sometimes, modify them. So this particular one is 2 different recipes for a zucchini muffin and then a carrot zucchini muffin. I ended up mixing my flour and some almond flour, which the almond flour addition is kind of my own little take on this. I'm also adding some honey. And since I'm adding a little bit extra here and there, I'm trying to modify some of the other ingredients. So while I'm mixing them together, I'm also going to be watching the consistency of this. I'm going to hand mix this as well. Let me just write down what I did here, because like I said, I'm winging it, and as I go, I make my notes. So it looks like I have here about 1/2 cup of shredded carrots, and this was about 1.5 cups of zucchini. And like I said, I still have to get the moisture out. I'm just going to press out some of the liquid here. These 2 recipes are so different. One called for 1 egg, one called for 3. One called for 1/2 cup of flour, one called for 1.5 cups. I'm just going to press out, like I said, some of the liquid. Very juicy and watery. I'm not going to take it all out because I did opt to do less. One of them called for 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and the other one called for 3/4 cups. Now I did pour out 3/4 cups, but I might leave a little bit of the moisture here in the zucchini and let the zucchini be one of the moisture additives in this recipe. So I'm going to leave that there for a minute. So I'm first going to mix together my dry ingredients. I have my, let's see, what did I do here? I have 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of almond flour. I mixed them together already. I could have put them through a sieve, but once again, I wing it, and I just try to enjoy the moment. I already warned Ben not to look forward to these too much because since I'm trying my own recipe, it might not come out. But like I said, I promise I'm going to show you what they come out like, whether it's a fail or success. And I'll even let you know right now. I'll give you a spoiler alert. You just watch your screen, and I'll put up here if it was a fail or success, and you can decide if you want to watch. All right, so I have my cup of flour, almond, and you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to empty my dishwasher because I really like to go from prepping to dishwasher so I don't have everything to clean up. Okay, that didn't take too long, and now I'm kind of ahead of the game somewhat. So like I said, I'm going to start with my dry ingredients first. I have my cup of flour, cup of almond flour, and then I have, let's see, I did 2 teaspoons baking soda and 2 teaspoons baking powder. I have those, I mixed those together. Now, one of the recipes did mention 2 teaspoons of the baking soda and 2 teaspoons of the baking powder, where the other mentioned just 1 teaspoon of baking soda. The muffins tasted wonderful when they were warm, but once they cooled off, they had that little bit of a zing of the baking soda. So I think next time I'm going to try 1 teaspoon baking soda and 1 teaspoon baking powder just to see how that comes out. Half a cup chopped walnuts. I did a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, which is this one here. Nutmeg is very strong, so you can increase that if you want, but it's a strong one. And then I did 2 teaspoons cinnamon, which is this one. 1/2 teaspoon allspice. And then I'm gonna just mix these together, get myself a little spatula. Just going to incorporate these. I'm going to do this all by hand. I just don't want to have the sound of the mixers going or anything, so I'm going old school and just enjoying the morning. This already smells so good. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. I could have added the sugar at the same time and my salt. So right here I have, how much sugar did I end up doing? I did a cup of sugar, and then for the salt I did, did I not write down my salt? Looks like a teaspoon of salt. Going to combine those all together. Nobody wants to bite into a muffin that has a clump of salt or a clump of something other than a nice big walnut. Bakers might be cringing right now, but that's why I enjoy being in the kitchen. I do my own thing. If it doesn't work, I'll learn from it. I follow recipes, but it's rare. A lot of times I just like to create my own. I have a lot of successes and I also have a lot of failures. But if I keep these notes here, which I have a book full of all my handwritten notes I have to retype for the successful ones. I have some that were not successful, and I have notes of what I want to try next time. Okay, so that's all my dry stuff. I'm going to get a bigger bowl for this next thing. I've said it before, I am still not used to this kitchen, and I am looking forward to being able to do my own layout with the drawers that I want them to be in. Okay, so gonna put 3 eggs in here. Like I said, one recipe had 1, one recipe had 3. I'm gonna go with 3. Okay, so I just wanted to break those up. Now I have vanilla. What did I do for vanilla? I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And like I said, I had 3/4 cups of oil. I'm gonna just try 1/4 cup to start. I'm gonna eyeball that. And while I was making this, I was thinking, okay, I've got some almond flour in there, and I have some of all these wonderful spices. I cut back the sugar and I opted to put in some honey. So I'm going to put this in now. I did oil this bowl a little bit before putting the honey in. Let me just put these all away. Now I could opt for just working out of all the containers for my ingredients. I seem to miss ingredients a lot of times if I do that. This way I can put them all out and double check that I have everything I need. I know it's an extra step, but for me it works out fine. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure this honey's incorporated. It smells so good in the kitchen right now, and nothing's even baking yet. I hope these come out because now my taste buds are watering. Okay, I see no honey in here. Just gonna put the whisk in there too, and I'm gonna put this in here, and then I'm gonna take a peek at what the batter looks like once I start mixing things. If I need to add the rest of that oil, I will. Cleaning as I go also gives my oven time to warm up, which for some reason this one takes forever to get up to temperature, and it's still not calibrated. I've mentioned that in past videos too, and I still haven't got it done. Well, just mixing this, I think I am going to add the rest of that oil. Let me just finish getting all the dry mixed in here, and I'll show you why. So right now I have a very thick consistency. So I'm going to go with the extra oil. I'm just going to put that all in here. And I need to remember I'll also have a little bit of liquid from the zucchini, and then I have the carrots here that do not have a lot of liquid. So I am preheating the oven now up to 350. Once again, the recipes I read, one was 325, one was 350. So this consistency is getting to be a bit more what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to put in the carrots, and I might go to a little stronger spoon here. And I think I'll just bring this bowl over to the zucchini. Once again, there's some moisture in here, so this will also help my batter. Don't know where my plain wooden spoon is. Just found my slotted one, but I'll use this for now. Let's see if you can see this. My camera shut off, so let's move forward to filling the muffin tins. You're not going to miss anything. I was just telling Ben how frustrated I was that the video was not rolling. I don't know if it was operator error. So I have my oven right now is heated up to 350, and I'm just going to scoop these in and then cook them for about 20 minutes. And since this is my own created recipe, I'm going to keep testing them without opening the door too much to make sure that they are not sticking to my little bamboo tester. But the consistency looks really good. I was concerned if I was going to have too much or too little of the batter. And you know what? Apologize. I'm going to go get a little more hot coffee. One of my simple pleasures is grabbing my little teacup. I have several that I like to use, and I just like sipping from that. A little extra special something. My thing over here so I don't drip. See, it's catching my drips. So I'm going to put a scoop in there. I'm going to do one scoop each. This is a small scoop, but I can go back afterwards. I'm going back now to fill these up a bit more.
Front door's open because it's bright and sunny and warm.
Oh, good. Thank you. He knows I love the sun. Putting together that French door that we found in the basement was one of the best things that we did for this house. I'm so glad that we took on that little challenge. It's not perfect. It's an old door that we had to fix and modify, but at least, like Ben was just saying, even though it's very cold out, the sun is out, and with this southern exposure, it really warms up the front of the house. A lot of old homes were built facing the south for that reason. So some of my friends in England, I know, we know that this part of the country was formed a lot by our English ancestors. Were houses also facing south a lot for the building to keep them warm, or is that because of where we are? Just an odd question. Okay, I'm going to take this and just scoop it out. Voila. Bit of batter here. Willow's all upset that her daddy left for the gym. All right, so I'm going to pop these in the oven now. I have it at 350 degrees. I'm going to keep an eye on them. I will be checking how well they are done. And I'm going for 20 minutes, but I might take them out a little sooner, or I might let them sit a little longer. I also don't know how much these are going to rise. So I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes, but I'm going to take a little break. I have my bamboo skewer here, so I can test them, probably test them around 18 minutes just to gauge them. And I think that's it. I'm going to do a little more cleaning here. And I think I'm also going to make some broccoli bites. I have a recipe on my website for fried broccoli bites that my daughter created once for us, and they are very delicious, but Ben and I are trying to do a little more healthy eating, even though there's sugar and everything in these. And I'm going to be doing baked broccoli bites, and I'm going to see how those come out. I'm not going to open the door, but one thing I'm noticing, I don't know if I can see in here without a reflection. You really can, I guess. But they're rising beautifully. My skewer is coming out nice and clean, so these are ready to take out. Well, now that we're down to just one muffin, Ben and I really liked these. So I think the only adjustment I'm going to make is changing the amount of the baking soda and the baking powder to 1 tablespoon each. And I'm going to leave the flour and the almond flour alone for now and see if that changes anything, not only with that little zing flavor that I had. Now, I had somebody make the suggestion that it would give bakers, professional bakers, the opportunity to weigh in and give us some of their ideas and suggestions, and I would love that. So let me know, what do you think? Should I share some of my recipes that I just create in the kitchen and write in my notes and see what happens with them? Let me know, because I do that a lot, and sometimes I can film as I go, which I have done quite often. I have videos in my archives I've never shared, so let me know if I should pull some of those out. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It would let me know that you like what I'm doing, and it lets YouTube know that you like it, and they will share it more with others. Until next time, friends. Bye now.